Hi, my name is Laura Kenna, and I am the department head in the Department of Exercise Science at Grand Rapids Community College. And I am here to help you figure out if you can turn your passion into a career and whether or not GRCC can help you do that. Students usually start by asking me what kind of jobs, what kind of career could they even pursue? Would they have a personal interest in fitness or health, well-being, maybe in athletics? And so I start with kind of breaking it up into three broad categories that they might consider pursuing. The first of which is a clinical route, and I'll explain what that means. The second is what we considered allied health or applied exercise science. And the third is oftentimes referred to as sport management or sport leadership or sport administration. There are many different types of jobs that you can get in each of these areas, and I certainly couldn't list all of them, but you'll see here on the slide, it gives you a sampling of each of those tracks and the types of jobs that you may find in those areas. So clinical, health, fitness, or applied areas, as well as sport management. So you might find any or all of these types of job titles as you go out and do a job search. The next question I get is, okay, if this is what I want to do, where can I work? Where can I find these jobs? And the beautiful thing about exercise science and sport is that you can find people working in this field in all areas, from very clinical settings like hospitals and medical centers, physical therapy clinics, occupational therapy, things like that, to your typical gym, all the way to a school, high schools, intercollegiate. So there's a very broad range of settings that you can work in. And depending on what track that you pick, you can begin to explore and pursue the setting that might be best for you. The other wonderful thing about exercise science is that you can pursue working with all different types of people, from the very young to older adults. And we know that exercise is medicine, and that you can use it in a clinical setting to whether it be prevention and treatment of chronic disease, illness, or injury, all the way over to improving performance and working with very high-performing athletes and everything in between. And that is what is such a beautiful thing about exercise science and sport, is that you can begin to explore and pursue not only who you want to work with, but you can also explore many different settings. So how do you get there? What type of classes are there? And the difference between these three tracks, first of which is clinical. This is a very heavily science-oriented track. So prerequisites are going to include many of the heavy science classes, things like chemistry, biology, even up into physics. And so this track is typically going to get you prepared for some of those graduate degree programs. They're going to include the prerequisites that you need, as well as some of those advanced classes in research and physiology, things like that. So if you like science, if you plan to work in a clinical setting, you have to be prepared for those classes. The allied health and fitness or applied route is, you certainly still have to take those science classes, but there aren't quite as many. And this track is not typically going to get you ready for graduate school. You can always go back, obviously, and take those classes you need, but it isn't necessarily going to build it right into the program. Also, some of the classes here, rather than those heavily science-based classes, you may take more along the lines of behavior change, psychology, sociology, helping people learn to change their behavior or to help motivate people to change their behavior. The last track is a sport administration, management, or leadership route. And rather than those science classes or even some of those behavior change classes, here we're looking at more of a business focus. So things like management, marketing, accounting, those types of things, as well as a heavy interpersonal communication emphasis. Same thing, you're still going to need all the general education that any undergraduate program would need, but then when it comes time for program and elective classes, you're going to take more of a business focus that route. So how can GRCC help you? What type of skills would you need? We have small class sizes, which is great, with a lot of faculty-student interaction. And applied, we do service learning that allows you to get out into the field and start to build some skills. You're going to see that common skills are needed across all of these areas. Some obviously focus more, like the business route. Obviously, you're going to need some of those more of a business-oriented skill set. Clinical, you're going to need more of a clinical assessment and evaluation and treatment. But many of these skills are going to be very transferable And we do try to focus here on getting you out into the community, exploring, job shadowing, volunteering, and starting to see, do you have a skill set that matches well, or what type of skills do you need to work on developing in order to get there? We took the opportunity to talk to students, faculty, and alumni. Check out what they had to say.
When I first came to GRCC, I took a yoga class and I really enjoyed it. And I was not completely sure what I wanted to do in my future. And one of the teachers was like, hey, you should join our exercise science program.
The faculty for exercise science are very upbeat, happy, very motivating. They take care of you like any other student. They also push you forward to achieve like bigger goals that you're afraid to do.
I found that here at Grand Rapids Community College that I wanted to be an influence on young men especially, because I think that's an area that is overlooked sometimes, and I think that I can be a good influence on young men.
One other thing we offer here at GRCC in the Exercise Science Department are professional certifications, where we'll bring professional certifying bodies here to campus to make it more convenient for faculty, staff, students, and the community to get certifications right here at GRCC, which are very important to exercise science students.
My favorite class in exercise science program right now is yoga. It's definitely a stress reliever. It's a different way for you to stay active and helping motivate you to do other things.
My favorite thing is seeing students make that connection about what they want to go into. They decide and realize they have a passion for this field. They get on track to transfer and to go in a direction in their lives, and you just see them light up, and that's the most rewarding part about being in this department.
Through exercise science, I see myself going probably farther in yoga and becoming more of a fitness instructor, and possibly going into cardiac rehab and doing things in the medical aspect of exercise science.
GRCC is a great place to start. I mentioned a few reasons why, with small class sizes, faculty interaction, service learning. All of those reasons are certainly great reasons to start here. You can complete some of your classes here before you transfer, and many students do that. You can also actually complete a 2-year degree, earn an associate's degree here before you transfer. We have multiple articulated programs with partner schools. That means that they are going to accept all of the credits that you have earned here, and you take them with you, no lost time or money. You can also obtain a general, what we call a guided pathway in health and exercise science. That means you are going to get most of your prerequisites done, some program classes done, and those two can go with you. That way, if you don't know exactly where you want to go, you're still earning classes, earning credit, so that when you are ready and do decide, you have done as much as you can to prepare for that transfer. We have many students who are guests as well. So we have 4-year partners in the area. Students might come here in the summer. They might come here dual enrolled at the other institution as well as ours. So we might be able to help in several different ways. So I encourage you to email us, check out our website, look at our course list of classes. You can look at the various programs that we already have established with partners and see if there's a good fit for you. We have something very new and exciting coming up. In January 2019, we will be opening a newly renovated facility with beautiful multi-purpose rooms, new locker rooms, and it will definitely enhance the experience of any student studying exercise science here at GRCC.